Well, as we can see, it's a fine July day in Georgia. It's pissing rain. It's been raining for like the past 2 weeks or so. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to go out and ride, though. I was honestly just out running errands, and the raining had stopped since, I don't know, early this morning, late last night. And then I got caught out in it while I was out running errands. Here I am at the bank. So I guess the topic for today then is, can you ride in the rain, and if so, how or how fast, whatever you want to call it. I've been out in much worse conditions than this on this same bike. I've been out in it's much worse when it's not only raining, but it's also cold. Because what happens in the rain, the reason why riding in the rain is considered dangerous by a lot of people is because you don't have as good traction. Your traction's low because everything's slick. Well, in the cold, you have less traction as well because your tires are cold, they're not as sticky. So when it's cold and raining, you have double reasons to worry. But like today, it's, I don't know, 80 degrees outside. So if it's a day like today where it's like 80 degrees and it's raining, you don't have as much reason to worry. The biggest things to focus on when you're riding in the rain is just smooth. You need to be a lot smoother about everything and a lot more conscious about everything. That's why I'm giving people a lot more distance, and I'm giving myself a lot more distance. When you accelerate, decelerate, so whether that's with the gas, by downshifting, upshifting, braking, whatever you do, do it slowly and smooth. Do it slow and smooth. And what that's going to do is it's going to help your bike hold traction. Obviously, you're not going to want to ride as fast either. I'm actually doing the speed limit, which is a first for me. Not a first, I do it whenever there's poor conditions. I don't know if you can see it through the camera, but there's like these streaks that I'm riding in. Those are the tire tracks from other cars. I'm trying to stay in their tracks because, well, they've already cleared some of the water out of the way, so I'm just trying to stay in it. So I'm accelerating nice and smooth. The reason I'm giving myself so much distance is so I can brake slowly and smoothly as well. And in addition to that, the paint is extremely slippery when wet, so be extra conscious of that when you're changing lanes, riding through an intersection, or if you're in a tight corner and you're leaning over, be careful not to go too far in one direction or the other. Son of a bitch. I gotta get around this guy. Anyway, other than that escapade, be extra careful around the paint. Do be aware that there's also usually a lot of paint lines at intersections, pedestrian crossings, things like that. So you're going to want to be careful as well when you're riding through the intersection. The best thing to do if you do have to cross a paint line is to maintain your current speed. Don't accelerate or decelerate. So if you can help it, don't brake, don't use the gas, just kind of ride through it like I'm doing right here. And if you can avoid the longer streaks and kind of ride through the paint, that's even better if you're that skilled. But yeah, you can ride in the rain. I'm doing it right now. Is it ideal? Definitely not. You're going to have less traction. Some people are afraid to get wet. I personally don't care as long as I have a dry change of clothes waiting for me at wherever it is that I'm going right now. That's home. So I don't really mind. But something to keep in mind also, especially in the corners, you don't want to lean the bike over as far. I'm going to hit some corners in here to demonstrate. This little neighborhood is very good for cornering. So watch the paint. And now we can accelerate a little bit. I'm actually soaked right now. Especially my jacket. My pants are okay, I guess. My thighs are dry for whatever reason. But my jacket is soaked. And it has been raining for, I don't know how long. It's been raining for a long time. Anyway, the speed limit right here is like 35. I generally ride 10 over if I'm trying to have a little bit of fun. I might do these corners at about 55-ish, maybe a little faster, a little slower. Right now I'm doing about 40. I don't feel like I'm leaning the bike over very far because I'm not, and that's definitely something you're going to want to focus on. And be careful, you see how there's the double yellow and then there's also the bike lane. These are the paint lines I'm talking about. So if I were to take a corner like this, harder than I should, I might drift a little far to the outside and hit that outside paint line, which I have done before on Blood Mountain. I got rained out one time on Blood Mountain. I got about halfway up the mountain and then it started raining. And I was like, whatever, I'll keep going. I'm almost at the top. So I got maybe 3/4 of the way up, and then I went a little far in an outside paint line and almost lost traction. I felt both of my tires slide. Felt like I drifted in that corner, but it wasn't intentional. So that's it. Riding in the rain, and you just got to be careful with your acceleration and deceleration. Stay in other people's tracks. Watch out for the paint lines. Pretty obvious stuff, but I mean, I don't know, some people feel like you can't ride in the rain. I'm doing it right here. The worst conditions I've ever had to ride in have been ice and hail. I had to ride in a hailstorm. I was also on the highway, which didn't help, and I was pretty scared. That's probably one of the scariest rides of my life, was riding back to school in a hailstorm. It was hailing and raining both at the same time. I didn't think that was possible, but I guess it is. And yeah, just gotta ride it slow. Just take it slow, take it easy, and that's about all there is to it.